guys, welcome to my 28th black and white random Wi-Fi battle. This is a battle against another Japanese trainer. This one was quite old, so I don't remember it too much. I haven't had the time to upload it, so while I have a few minutes before I go to work, let's do this. So I start with Raticate, they start with Magneton. This is my Hustle Raticate, and I'm going to go for Flame Wheel just to get super effective damage on that thing. It does a good chunk, but it doesn't exactly kill it, and he hits me with Discharge, doing a decent amount of damage to Raticate. However, Raticate manages to survive even though it's got crappy defenses, and he's going to switch out into Typhlosion, predicting another Flame Wheel, and unfortunately it misses this time. So I'm going to call back my Raticate and go into Jellicent. He predicts that and goes for a Wild Charge. However, my Jellicent is pretty beefy, so it's going to be able to take that with no problem at all. And after a couple Acid Armors, it's definitely going to be able to take a couple more. But I'm not going to set up an Acid Armor right away because it's a 3-hit knockout from what I see, and I don't want to take any chances. He's going to withdraw, though, and go into Pidgeot. I went for the Hydro Pump. Unfortunately, it misses, so it was just a waste of a turn there. So he goes for Pluck this turn. I don't know why. I guess it was just a stab move. And I'm going to go for the Recover this turn, which will bring me to full health with leftovers. So this turn I'm going to go for the Acid Armor. At least I think I am. While he goes for a Wing Attack. Now it's not common to see a Pidgeot on Wi-Fi, but if you're going to use a Pidgeot, at least give it some decent attacks. I think Wing Attack's base power is only like 60 or 70. I don't see the benefit of that, especially since Pidgeot's attack isn't really up there. But anyway, I went for a Hydro Pump, and it does a decent amount of damage. He's going to go for another Wing Attack, I believe. And I think I go for a Hydro Pump, or do I go for Acid Armor this turn? Oh, I go for Acid Armor. Okay, so since Pidgeot isn't too much of a threat, setting up on it is pretty easy. I think this turn I'm going to go for the Hydro Pump just to finish it off now. Or do I go for another Acid? There were two. I think I set up two Acid Armor. No, I go for the Hydro Pump this turn. I don't remember how many Acid Armors I set up. I'm not really paying attention like that. But anyway, he's going to send out his Magneton now. Now, I can take Magneton's Discharge at least twice, I believe. So it does a decent chunk to me. I'm gonna go for a Shadow Ball, thinking that it would kill, and it does not. I was kind of disappointed when I saw that. I didn't want to go for Hydro Pump because I didn't want to risk the miss, and I thought Shadow Ball would do a good enough amount of damage to finish Magneton, but I was wrong, and he ends up discharging on me, finishing off my Jellicent. So I go back into Raticate now, and I don't think I showed my last Pokemon. I still got one in stock. But anyway, I go into Raticate to just finish that Magneton off with a Double Edge. I'm going to lock myself in a Double Edge. I put a Scarf on this thing now, just so I could have a good amount of speed and catch my opponents off guard. Now, Double Edge is going to finish it off, and it's not going to do much recoil damage since it had no life to begin with. It does 1 point of recoil. And he's going to go back into Typhlosion. If Double Edge doesn't miss, it's going to finish off Typhlosion. So I go for it, and it manages to hit, which is going to be a double knockdown due to Hustle Recoil, and I take this battle. So that's it, guys, and I'll see you next time for my next black and white Wi-Fi battle.